Hey everyone, I'm Larry Walsh, and this is Changing Channels. We talk a lot about artificial intelligence and how it's changing the world, but it's also changing the way that we engage with partners. And not every partner is the same. We have resellers, we have service providers, we have influencers and agents, and they're all out there promoting, selling, and supporting AI solutions. And I mean, this is a multi-dimensional, this is multi-dynamic. There's a lot that's going on out there in the channel. And as I said, not every partner is the same. Some partners are building, in fact, building AI solutions, building agents, integrating legacy systems with AI systems is becoming a huge part of the channel mission. And one of the companies out there that's actually leading the charge on this is MongoDB. Now, MongoDB is a database company. They've been out in the market for 15 years. They've done some fantastic work in supporting developers, application developers, as well as ISVs in building systems and applications that meet specific needs of enterprises. And their partners are the ones that are out there working with those developers to actually figure out how to leverage the next generation of features that can go into applications, including AI. Well, MongoDB has been shifting its focus now that AI has been mainstream. They're working more with their partners on how to not just develop new systems and how to use and leverage these applications, but also drawing in feedback to actually define what should come next, how they should be iterating forward and anticipating what the future market needs are. And this is a huge part of the mission of MongoDB's channel program. And we've invited Olivier Zieleniecki, the Global Vice President of Worldwide Partners from MongoDB, to talk with us about how this level of collaboration is really changing the dynamic with partners. As you'll hear Olivier say, this is more about a team sport than it is about exchanging and reselling. This is Changing Channels. I'm Larry Walsh. Let's get into it. Olivier, welcome to Changing Channels.
Thanks, Larry, for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you. And you're coming to us from Miami, Florida. So a Frenchman in the capital of Latin America.
Yes, that's what you can say. After 15 years in New York, I feel I paid my dues and we moved here 4 years ago.
That's fantastic. Well, the snow misses you.
Yes, I don't miss it.
So, Olivier, for the people who are unfamiliar, I mean, MongoDB has been around for a long time, but for those that aren't familiar, just tell us a little bit about Mongo and what you're doing there.
Yeah, absolutely. Mongo has been around for 15 years. The product and the company has evolved tremendously. The base, we are a document-oriented, multi-purpose database that was designed to simplify the lives of developers. It was designed by our founder with that goal. So if you compare it with the rigid relational database, what MongoDB allows is for developer to work with what you would call a flexible document-based model that naturally maps to the object they use in their code. And we've evolved the solution, and now we've got over 60,000 customers in over 100 countries. MongoDB is being used by a wide range of customers, from small business to some of the largest enterprises, some of those most critical applications in the world, or have MongoDB, use MongoDB some kind of capacity, right? So, and that include now those building generative AI-powered applications. So we offer a flexible document-based model that allows organization to move fast and adapt quickly and scale effortlessly. So in the era of AI, where real-time decisions and evolving data models are important, Mongo is a foundation that enables software to continuously evolve, and that we turn data into action without the friction of a legacy system.
So before we get into, we're going to talk, I'm sure we'll talk a bit about AI here, but what is a MongoDB partner look like, and what's the role that they play to your downstream customers?
Yeah, we MongoDB partner ecosystem have had a tremendous impact and has always been a very important aspect of our business, whether it's the go-to-market, whether it's helping us build a product, whether it's helping with integrations, etc. So over time, we build a partner ecosystem very large that enables us to reach out and to customers that maybe we will not get to as easily. It helps us to increase the awareness of what MongoDB is, what use case can be used for, but it also helps us provide new solutions to our customers, make life easier to our customers by helping build for example, blueprint architectures, and where Mongo will be a default component of it as part as an architecture with other solutions that we will be partnering with. And then there is the co-sell motion where we help the customer, instead of like having multiple vendors, multiple ISV SaaS company coming separately, we are building a joint value proposition that we'll propose to our customers to make their life easier and to help accelerate their innovations. So today, to answer your question on how did that partner team evolve, we are a large company, larger than we were 15 years ago. It's very much about quality versus quantity. So we are really focusing on our partners that makes the most sense for our customers. And we're trying to act as their trusted advisors.
Okay. Well, one of the things that looking at what you've been talking about recently is about partner empowerment, particularly you mentioned this in this age of AI. So your customers are developing AI solutions, your partners are helping to enable them. What does that actually mean for your company? How is it that you and your program are working with your partners to make them AI ready? Because I can tell you that as much as everybody gets excited about it, it's also somewhat, we're still trying to get our arms around what does it mean in order to deliver that to the customers. The customers are trying to figure out what to do. Developers are trying to figure out what to do next. So what do you do with your partners that are servicing both sides of that market?
Yeah, no, great question, Larry. And so first of all, we owe it to make the best product ever. And that's why we are building MongoDB, all the enterprise solution and all the native AI features that we can, so that we have a very strong product that is a no-brainer for customer when they need to build Gen AI powered applications. MongoDB is the modern database that makes the most sense, that makes their life easier to do that, right? That's it, right? Without a great product that helps that, our partners wouldn't be even interested in talking to us, and so our customers. Now, when we look from the customer perspective, which is something that MongoDB we always try to put in the shoes of our customers, there are many options, and the IT organizations spend a lot of time of building and architecting and re-engineering. So therefore, we actually need to collaborate with partners. We will say with selective partners. I'll get to that point in a second. That involves having the right integrations, for example, to provide our customers the blueprints of an architecture for some of the most common AI use cases out there, but also then they'll be able to customize from that architecture. So when you go today to a customers and they are thinking about building an AI application, they probably don't know where to get started. And there is so many options out there. They're not even sure of like what is needed, what is not needed. So our role with our partners is to make their life easy and to come to them with like, listen, if this is the business outcome that you're trying to reach, trying to get to, we have something and we already have all the integration possible, and we can recommend to you some of the most well-known and best AI software companies where we've already partnered with, whether it's at integration levels or whether it's in the delivery fact. And as I mentioned, this is why our partner program today focuses very much on the quality versus on the quantity, because we are putting ourselves in our customer shoes and we want to offer them ready blueprint architecture that will enable them to build AI applications with the best solution that are available on the market.
Yeah. One of the things that MongoDB talks about is the concept of an AI factory. And you're not alone. There are a number of companies out there to talk about this in terms of producing those resources, those materials that you talk about to empower the partners. And I kind of snicker a little bit whenever I hear something like that, because I hear factory, I think of conveyor belts and machinery. What is it about an AI factory that's different? And how does that translate into, first, empowering partners, and second, how does it then translate out into the market?
That's a great question. So let me try to take a different angle to answer your question. So MongoDB's AI strategy centers on helping companies build their application with their data platform at the center of it. To do so, as I mentioned, we have to build a very strong product. So we need to deliver the best solution and develop AI native features and partner with the right companies to make it happen. So to support this strategy, the AI and tech partners teams within my organization, our vision is to foster a vibrant and open and composable, ecosystem of open source partner solution out there. So partners are essential for expanding our platform capability, and their strong mindshare in AI can help us reach more developer, enhance hyperability, and drive broader adoption. So I wouldn't focus too much on the word of factory, but more on what is our goal here related to our AI strategy. And our goal has always been to have deep collaboration with some key of the industry leading AI partners to support the broader work that we're doing to help our customer drive innovation with AI. The
Mhm.
way that we might be doing like differently and how we've learned over time is we are actually having a top to bottom vision where we understand the business outcome that the C-suite of any organization are trying to deliver, and from there recommend or help build AI applications that will help them deliver that with the help of the right partners.
Last week, I was actually leading a roundtable of channel leaders across the industry about key performance indicators, or how do you demonstrate value? What do you measure? And you said something that just reminded me of that conversation about innovation. So, and I agree with you, is that part of the goal here, if we're going to deliver value through partners, the partners just can't be there taking a product and passing it on. There has to be, particularly in your context, there has to be some level of iterative value add that comes along with it. And particularly with AI, when you're looking at enterprise use cases, the enterprises know they want the benefits, but they can't always define what that input is going to be. How is it that you're defining innovation, and is that a part of your performance measure?
Yeah, that's great first. It's a circular process, right? So we provide enablement, first of all, to our partners, and we can talk about it in a minute on what exactly that means. But the main goal is that to drive better outcomes for our joint customers. So by what we quantify is actually improvements in both speed and the impact linked to the outcome that our joint customers desires. So we can more reliably gauge how well our partners are driving real value for our customers by doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, are the partners, what are the partners asking you for though? Or are they asking you for feature support? They asking you for direction on how to make these innovations? Are they coming to you with the business problems that the customers are bringing to them, looking for help?
Yes, some are for sure. Some are coming to us with like the business problem, and that's one of the value of I've been around for 15 years is that the awareness of our brand and kind of like what we do and how MongoDB has evolved and some of the use case that we are there. So a lot of our most larger partner already know this aspect of MongoDB. So they're able to explain to the customer, and when they feel that, listen, this could be a great use case for Mongo, Mongo will be the best to achieve that, they give us a ring or they bring us along, right? They're like, listen, I think for this use case, we have this. We always try to build integration ahead of time and not on specific projects, right? That comes along, right? This is not scalable. We always try to build those integration ahead of time because we have a visions. A lot of those integration, are being announced at the different events that we're doing. And we're doing this, whether it's with hyperscalers or whether it's with some tech and AI companies, we're doing that, right? But then you've got also some of the tech AI partners that come with us that because they have a great product, it totally makes sense for us having them as a component of an architecture out there, but they would like have a chance to have access to our ecosystem of customers. And the way that we look at it is we want to make sure that there is a value proposition that will drive the business outcome that we see could be common and critical for certain type of industries, certain type of customers, or general use cases out there, such as, for example, chatbots or others.
How do you find this to be different than what came before the AI era? Because a lot of, you and many others are talking in the same terms, is that you really want to drive the downstream outcome. Whereas before it was all about the return coming back to you. Whereas like, okay, how many licenses did you sell? How many trainings did you do? It was more product focused rather than outcome focused. How different is the AI era to you and your partners than it was before? Or is this just continuation?
I mean, it has definitely evolved, and it is something different than it was 10 years ago. We have an opportunity more than ever of collaboration today versus you could have said that a couple of years ago, there was much more siloed approach to the customers and kind of like everybody going on their own. And you will maybe like come to the table towards the end or maybe at the delivery. Here, there is a much more proactive approach ahead of time of building a solution before even talking to any customers. So collaboration is key. Collaboration is key because in the world of AI, you cannot build any application just with one component. So there is no other choices. And then collaboration is key because today in the market, there is so many offers that everybody hears, not just Mongo, but every single of our peers hears that, listen, everybody's confused. I'm not sure what to do, right? And I don't have that much time to make mistakes or to take the wrong things, right? So help me out there. Because of that, like everybody's more motivated than ever for collaborating. That's something that we're quite excited about and put even like, a partner team at the center of any organization that has the desire, to continue to be healthy and provide value to our customers.
Does that then change the dynamic or change the way that you evaluate your partners? If this is now a more bi-directional collaborative motion where, I mean, partner feedback has always been important, but what you're describing and others are also beginning to talk about is that they're leaning more on the partners to provide them with inputs into what they should be doing next or the problems that they need to be solving today. Does that then change the way that you value partners?
I mean, we've always valued partner very much, and partners been a reason why MongoDB has that success story that it has, and it always has been. And especially we're a database that can run on any kind of environment, whether it's on prem or whether it's on any of the private cloud, etc. So partners have always been a big part of our journey and will continue to be. But I think how it evolves is, we always take a lot of guidance from our customer on this. And I think the guidance from our customers evolves. And we listen to what they need and where they're struggling and what they think might be the next big challenge. So we want to be prepared to help them answer any challenges that comes in their way, both through our technology, but also through partners that we are tightly aligned with.
Has any of this changed the way that you try to motivate or incentivize your partners? Is this changing? Like traditionally, the partnerships work on a process of give to get. Is that you give the partner something if they give you something back?
No,
But is this changing those dynamics?
this we never looked at it because this is a very transactional, I think, approach that maybe some of the
Hmm.
company might be doing, but this was never part of our strategy. The biggest incentive that we focus, and when we propose to partner to join our partner ecosystem or existing partner, when we want less and less do more, is we want to drive value for our customer. To do this, both organizations is to be aligned on the goal and processes. So there is also need to have resources invested on both sides to ensure the partnership is successful. So when you sit down with a partner and let's say that you want to motivate, you don't really need to motivate. You understand what is the potential value for our customers, and consequently, this will be value for each of our companies. And if we're serious about it, we don't need to incentivize or provide a kind of like transaction. We actually need to we demonstrate our seriousness by showing of how much we are ready to invest, whether it's resources, whether it's whether it's dedicated teams, whether it's engineering resources or co-marketing opportunities.
Interesting. Interesting. I want to shift gears here a little bit because there's a lot of things that are changing out there in the market as a result of AI. And it's not just AI. There's a lot of the other trends that are contributing or benefiting from the emergence of AI. Has anything surprised you to make you change your way of thinking around the way you work or engage with your partners?
In regards to what? In regards to
In regards to the way that you're helping to satisfy their needs or to keep them engaged or things that they're looking for that's different than what you were giving them before.
I think what happened with AI is that the customers at certain time and maybe still today, there was a lot of desires, a lot of demand for let's build this application, let's build this AI application, right? And the way that we try to engage and we've learned a lot about it is very much focused on business outcome. And to do so, we want to sit down at the executive table of our customers, really be seen as trusted advisors because of our experience, because of our partner ecosystem, our integration, and our solution that are ready either to be used for certain use case or to be customized to meet the custom need. So I think that what has changed on what we've seen from our customer related to AI is that there was a lot of excitement around it, and we're trying to do everything with like AI out there. And maybe some of those applications that been used actually are not needed or never being used. So the way that we at MongoDB were approaching this is very much by focusing on the business outcomes that our customer wants to wants to drive, and that's something that they appreciate, and that helps, as I mentioned in your previous question. We have to come together with our partners to help deliver that. After the big value is that it will drive customer loyalty and satisfaction, and ultimately encouraging more collaborative approach.
Okay. So one of the things that just keeps coming up in these conversations, and this is what I'd like to end on because I think it's important. Everyone seems to be running around saying the world is changing. We can't see even around the next corner, much less years down the road. Is that there's a lot of things that we know and there's things that we don't know. And we're in a constant state of learning and adjustment. Talking to your peers, what advice would you give them from based on the lessons you've learned from the changes that have been happening since we've come into the AI era of working with partners? What would you advise them to do differently?
Well, I mean, I will advise a couple of things, right? The first thing is always to put yourself at the customer's shoes and always look from the customer eyes on what is important out there, right? I think whether it's to help drive, new Gen AI application, or whether it's with modernizations, we'll always have to sit down with our customers. Second of all is, some of the partners that we're partnering have been around for already a very long time, right? And it is important to maybe look at what kind of solutions, what kind of technical products do they have so that they've built, that instead of us building it, maybe makes sense that we integrate, that we partner. And then third is that this is a team sport today, and the goal is to help our customers. So we're not going to go on our own. And that's really what's exciting about, leading a partner organization such as mine, at MongoDB, is you actually will have partners with some of the most innovative, most interesting companies out there. And what's exciting about this is that it drives value for the customer. So the collaboration aspect, this is not, you're not going to win it on your own anymore. The world has changed. You're going to have to collaborate. And that means that you're going to have to really take the time to figure it out, what kind of resources and what kind of engineering efforts, and what's your overall strategy, and how others, will fit into it and help the customer all together. Those will be the three items I will suggest.
Fantastic. Olivier, it's been a pleasure having you here. Thanks for joining us.
Larry, thanks for having me.
Well, that's about all the time we have for this edition of Changing Channels. I want to thank our guest, Olivier Zieleniecki, the Global Vice President of Worldwide Partners at MongoDB. And as always, I want to thank all of you for joining us here on Changing Channels. We do this podcast to give you information, insights, and experiences that may be applicable to you and your jobs to help make your channel programs better for everyone. If you like what we're doing here, please hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, and as also please check out our other podcasts, The Network Effect and In the Margins. Great content over there. And speaking of great content, we've got a lot of content, research, best practices, and a lot of services that are designed to help make your channel and partner programs better for everyone. It's all available at channelnomics.com. Again, I'm Larry Walsh. Until next time, I'll see you then.